Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. And another 100 easy cards. I don't know where I talked about it, but I did talk the other day that I just had this very small amount of scraps left from the Take a Bow designer series paper, so I wanted to use some of it up. I've actually just got a card base, a white card base. It's left over from something else I've been doing. It's a tent fold, or you could do it, we can do it either way. I have pulled out a sentiment from Peaceful Season. And basically, just to use these scraps up, I'm just going to put a sentiment straight on the card base and then stick the scraps straight on the card base. And it'll either work or it won't work. So as usual, we're sneaking in Night of Navy. So really this is a stamp, ink and paper card. Right, I better wipe that off or I'll end up with that all over my card. So be careful when you're inking up. And you know what, I just remembered, I just re-inked. Right, so it's going to be fairly, let's just tap a bit less this time. And that's as much pressure as you need when you're inking up. You don't need to dig it in. Right, so the angle of how I'm putting this paper on will be decided here and now. So I am going to just pop that there. Wow. A difference re-inking my pad has made. So then I've got all these strips. I won't use that wide one, but I've got all these strips and pieces here. So basically all I'm going to be doing is sticking them on, but I haven't thought that through because that's not going to be long enough, are they, for that? Ha ha. Yeah, it will be. It might just be that part. Oh, we'll work it out. So we'll might just have to leave some gaps. Maybe I'm using white gaps. I didn't think it through. Typical Janice. If I'd done it landscape, it wouldn't. Well, it might actually. Yeah. Anyhow, let's just do it. And I'm just doing it with a bit of glue. You could use your tape runner for this, but I'm not always good at straight, so whoops. You see, using wet glue, you just get a moment. Of course, she's managed to get glue in it already, but I do have a glue eraser if I need it. So the next time that's not going to fit. So what I will have to do is do some patchwork, won't we? We'll just have to do it differently. So why don't I do it this way and we'll use less I'll take this thicker one, I think, will we? And we'll go that way, and that way that I'm never going to need bits that are long enough. So I'm going herringbone. I'm just a bit... I had just forgotten, because these are 6 by 6 strips. Where's my glue eraser? And just to be a bit more intentional when I'm putting my strips down. But I think I'll just take another one that's got this, that stripe, and take that there, and then we'll... I'm just going to do is this. If you get too messy with wet glue, you might want to use... Oh, look at that. Oh, not quite. I wonder if it goes that way. Oh, look at that. You could match the stripes. I need to stop doing things like that. That's like when you're wallpapering, isn't it? So that is how this card is going to look. Right. We'll trim it off afterwards. And do we have... Do I have a system? No, I don't. Why am I putting it on there? Better on the paper, the card, and I'll get less. Oh, what pattern next? I've got that one in there. I was looking for the spotty one. Where's the spotty one? This one. My brain is trying to think. But what happens is then you start to overthink it. I've got an itchy nose now. Let's put a... This is just a great way to use up your scraps. How wide is that? That is, if I just snip this off here, just so that I've not got too much, that's going to be fine in this corner here. So that's all that part of the card covered over. Why did that happen? A little bit of something sticky on the back. Right. I hope I'm not making this too painful for you. I started off thinking, oh, this will be quick. Well, it's easy though. Just changed what I was going to do. It's not quite what I visualised, but then what I visualised the paper scraps weren't long enough for, so we just changed tack because we have to. I can see that I was trying to start a pattern and now I've made myself stop that. Oh, see? I've matched the stripes again. That was completely unintentional, but then of course that one, where's this extra glue coming from? I don't know. I'm going to trim this bit now so that you can see where we're going, because otherwise it's just going to be, I'm just using the edge of the card. So this is Friday the 8th of November, and this is card number 65, I think, in this series. None of them are complicated. And this is just, this one is just stick your scraps down and cover the surface, and that will be it. Just an easy. I'll just trim that off too, and then we'll start again on filling that space. Right. What's going where? That one, I don't know. But this wee bit's just coming up, so we'll just a dot in there. And just button the edges up against the next one. You can do gaps as well if you want. I mean, this is just, there's no special pattern here. It is just, I'm just picking up what I've got. Just basically covering the surface of the card with strips of paper. Just thinking that one will be wide enough just to cover the whole corner. I don't want this tiny silly wee bits on corners. It's quite relaxing just playing like this. Are we doing the stripe again? Why not? Now I'm just using my eyes. If you're, you could measure the distance if it would really bother you. And I'm just trying. Yeah, maybe that needs to be just a wee bit more that way. Straight enough. Just use up some of the shorter lengths that I trimmed off the other side. I'm using up these bits and saving waste. Still got bits left. So we've still got all that scrap there and this bit. We're not finished. The packet. Well, I'll keep them for another day. And we'll have all these bits that we trim off too. Just take your time doing the trimming, because I have done this straight on the card base. I need to be just a bit careful. You could do this onto a layer of card and then stick it onto a card base. To be honest, this hasn't taken very long, so you know it's quite good to just be careful that everything, the glue's dried enough that you're not going to be pulling off. I was going to tidy that bit up because it's... So there you have. Where is the bag for that? Don't know where I put the wee bag for all the bits. I'm just putting them to my right at the moment on my desk. Just tidy up because I will need to take a photograph. There we have it. Another a way of using up your scraps, but another easy card. Now, I never really thought, there's loads of quilting patterns you could have done with the strips, but I have shown you, recently did a herringbone one. If you're in my Jazzle Dazzle and Friends Craft Share group on Facebook, there's a lady there, Randy, who posts some amazing like quilting, paper quilting techniques. She makes cards with that, so do go and have a look at what she does. And thanks very much. If you've not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Please press the bell icon to get notified when I'm coming on again. And yeah, it's marching towards Christmas, folks.